attention to whatever I do. I may argue that I study best when I have music from two speakers coming at the same time, simultaneously. But that cannot deny asking this basic question: what does it mean to be completely attentive to everything that I do? Next, what does it mean to persevere? Not to be put off doing something because it's difficult, because it's hard work, because the results will not be what I want them to be, but to do something to the best of my ability. What does that mean? A third, what does it mean to understand that the larger question, which we normally dismiss as philosophy out there, is not something separate from the mundane, trivial, day-to-day activity that I do. In doing even the repetitive, monotonous activity, there is the connection to the larger question: do I have that larger question with me at that time? Next, have I understood the place of silence in my life? And finally, have I understood what it means, the importance of finding out what I really love to do, and in all the things that I do, find the time, the energy, and the space to do this, whatever else I may have to or have not to do. These, it seems to me, are the seeds of certain questions which have been put into your minds and your hearts, and they have to take root, they have to sprout. How far they will grow will depend on how far they are nurtured, and that's up to you. And that, I think, is one thing which will not reduce or dissolve. It will only go on increasing. And therefore, I would like to see in the years to come how this flowering and this growth takes place. I'm very curious to see it, particularly because I've been 6 years with them. And to my other friends in the 10th standard, of course, the message is a much shorter message. You're aware that the school gives you the first preference to come back to class 11. You have the whole range of subjects to choose from. Your performance in the 10th or up to that is not the basis for giving you a subject, or nor is there any cutoff mark. But those are not the reasons why you come back. You come back to explore these questions and bring them into your life, so that 2 years from now, when you are on this stage, you are carrying the seeds of this question. Good luck. Goodbye.
Friends, see that. Anyway, but I have to say something because they can't avoid me, and I never like to avoid them. I still wonder, why Krishnamurti held on to a school when he banished all organizations, and sad to say, he didn't respect the unit of a family also, which is shocking to many people. Why did he hold on to schools and dissolve the Theosophical Society, where the property was worth billions and billions of dollars even 100 years back, and hundreds and thousands of followers to him? I look at myself and I really see that the capacity of the child is to flow. And perhaps now my capacity is to be like a small rock in that flow. And perhaps that's the reason why he held on to the schools and wanted children to flow and make the adults also learn. Gopi has said quite a few things, and there is nothing disputed about that. I won't like to repeat it. There are a few things now that you need to understand. You have been in this valley, and it cannot be denied that it's one of the most beautiful and marvelous places on earth. With the water bodies, with the wilderness, with the panthers still visiting us, it indicates we are still civilized. The wild boars, the wild elephants, all kinds of snakes, all kinds of wild flowers, innumerable medicinal herbs which are still maintained in wilderness. There are very few places in the world belonging to institutions where wilderness is being preserved. As you walk to the Kanakpura road now, you can see those huge old banyan trees of 200, 300 years old. have been demolished just to create more straight highways. For what? What doesn't know, because where is man reaching from where to where? I am not sure. You who have had the privilege of being in this valley. So the inputs of the parents, the foundation, Krishnamurtis, whether you call it blessings or whatnot, very few children have been endowed to be here. Can you carry this soil and create a valley wherever you go? You know that my classes with these children have been very chaotic. This is for the parents' information. Because I love, they question me. They question me so much they actually fall on me and I'm finished. But I have enjoyed it. Now a time has come when you need to question yourself. Because at this age that you are, and up to the age of 25, where the human brain is still in its own formation, you are on a very slippery ground. There isn't going to be these teachers of the valley who are going to question you and hold your hand whenever it's necessary. Don't eat the beetroot and there's someone who makes you eat it. Hereafter in the university, people will only relate to your intellectual capacities. But what about beauty? What about wisdom? What about relationship? They take it for granted and it doesn't happen. So to me, you are going not into an open world, but you are going into a very slippery world. And if you are cautious, you will be able to make it, as most of the children from the valley have made it. But how much they have made it is still a question. These are the few things which I am sure you will carry. There are many things which we have not been able to do. But perhaps at least one of you might be able to do. Who knows? So I'll end what I have to say with a very beautiful poem of Rumi, which I love. And not only I love it, but I really wish to share it with everybody, and maybe you should quote it whenever possible. You know, most of the human beings are clinging on to a cliff which is slippery. They go up and down, they go backwards and forwards like the tides of the ocean, but they never make anywhere. So Rumi suggests, let go. It's only in falling the wings are developed. But today, with whatever the scientific brain we have, we argue that let the wings come and then I'll fly. But perhaps rules of nature appear to be different. So I wish at least you have carried with you that you do not have the fear of failure in whatever you're going to do. Thank you.
In fact, I was banking on them saying something on which I could take off. So all I have to say is really to thank the 12 standards with whom I've shared so much in the last 2 years. And a lot of it was surprises. I had preconceived notions of teaching, and I had taught before, mainly worked with adults, but I think working with them has been, well, give me a word. Yeah, it's been fun, but I would say, yeah, a lot of surprises, and mostly pleasant ones. So I would like to really thank them. I would like to really share a big, not a big thank you, but many small thank yous. Really, I tried listing some of them down. Thank you for letting me be part of your life, even if you didn't have a choice in it. And letting me share my thoughts, and more so my confusions. And I think they've been very generous with me with that, because I feel many times we are looking up to the adults for clarity. And I don't think many of us as adults are clear. And as has already been said, all we can share is questions. And I think there is a value to questions, even if you don't have the answers. There's a value to questions and looking for answers, even if you don't get them. So thank you for letting me share my questions. and question papers, I suppose. And also for sharing your own thoughts and your own confusions. So I've really, I've enjoyed the last 2 years, and I'm happy to be able to be part of this gathering today, and thank you very much.
Well, so the day has finally come. Let me say that I think it's a very wonderful day because it's the culmination of many, many years of being together with of different inputs, a lot of affection, lots of other things from a variety of people, and I hope that you've imbibed so many different things from all the influences around you. With the 10th, of course, I have so that was one thing, and with the 12th, it's been just pure affection because I've never taught them. But we've been on treks and it's been really wonderful. And I'm very, very glad to have known all of you. And let's see, as Gopi also said and Dr. Namdar, what you take from here and what stays with you. One last thing about the 10th, of course, is that everyone says that they're very innocent. I mean, I don't know how to take that. I don't know what to make of it. But we'll leave it at that. Thank you.
Okay. These 2 years have been really good. Miss you loads, Valley.
For 12 years. I can't imagine life without Valley coming at 7:30 every day. And it's going to be really hard. I'm going to miss each and every one of you, everyone. And I would like to thank all my teachers, Gopi, Rajani Auntie, Krishnan Uncle. Come on, sorry for sleeping in all the classes. Yeah, that's it. Thanks. Thanks a lot. I want to thank my parents for getting me into the school, and I want to thank all my juniors, my seniors, everybody, and my teachers, Sudha Auntie, Vinaya Auntie, Parek Uncle, Shankaraman Uncle, Jazz, he's not here, but thanks a lot for such a wonderful year.
May I suggest that we should not let these 12 standards get off so easily. I don't think we need call them. I think one by one, every one of them should come here and say what they have to say.
Well, I was expecting to speak a bit later, so I'm blank right now. Okay, let me just quote someone. One of my classmates told me this. Don't measure life by the number of breaths you take, but measure life by the number of breaths, by the moments that take your breath away.
I'm really gonna miss this place, but I'll keep coming back.
Use the mic.
Okay, I'd like to thank Valley for so many things. Firstly, for filling my mind with so many memories in the past 2 years that I will never forget. Secondly, to help me get rid of all the fear of all insects and animals that I ever had, be it sharing my plate with the monkeys or encountering insects in my sambar. And thanks to Valley, even the panther made a guest appearance. And one has to be really lucky for that. Thirdly, okay, yeah, to prepare me to face any kind of food anywhere in the world. And lastly, I started my stay in Valley, dreaming of spending every night, dreaming of going back. I used to miss home so much, and now I'm ending my stay at Valley, dreaming of an extended stay. Thanks.
Yeah, this is my first farewell. I missed my last one. I just need to thank the teachers in the Valley. Shankaraman sir, sorry for flunking all your math tests. Gopi, Lali, Chandanda for your pottery work. I guess loads of teachers to thank. Too many. Thanks.
I just want to say thank you to all the teachers, all the students, seniors, juniors, who've tolerated me and made my life at Valley a lot of fun. Thank you.
Hello. Okay, I've been here for 12 years. It's very hard to say what I'm feeling. There are like mixed emotions. But to start with, I should thank my parents for putting me here. It really makes a difference. Thank all my teachers for just helping me, not just with my subjects, but understanding me individually. And most of all, thanks to my class for making it memorable. Thanks.
I was there in the Valley for 2 years and I had great fun. I really need to thank all my juniors, all the teachers, including Gopi. I'm really sorry for disturbing the classes and